Hi, Melissa. I am Sophia Soto with the Nerds of Color. Huge pleasure to speak with you both, and congrats on the series.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course. So, first off, I want to give you both the chance to do sort of a preview and an introduction of your characters.
So I'm Melissa Collazo and I play Maeve Rojas. She's Bronwyn's little sister, and she is pretty fresh out of a very tumultuous childhood fight with leukemia. She's only a few years out of remission, and she is eagerly making up for all the time she lost in the hospital. And she's also trying to keep her sister out of trouble and proving that her sister didn't kill Simon. And she's very tech savvy and can be trouble, and she's lots of fun, and you'll have to watch the show to see more. Yeah.
I'm Jessica McLeod and I play Janae. Janae was Simon's best friend. Simon was Janae's only friend. So once he's gone, she has very little left to lose. And she is more than determined to find out what happened to him.
So, obviously, the show takes place with the high school and the teenage years. I want to ask you both if you could give your younger self a piece of advice that you hope viewers might learn from the show, what would it be?
I think for me, it's like what Maeve kind of lives by, which is like she, because of her circumstances and like the way that life has happened to her, she thinks it could end at any second. So she's not anything but completely honest and just fully herself. And like what you see is what you get. And Maeve is 15. So for her to kind of have figured that out so early is very beautiful. And I think I would tell my younger self that it's okay to be yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely needed that lesson when I was younger too. I think I would say to my younger self, like, everyone is fighting for their lives out here. Like in high school, everyone is just doing their absolute best to not collapse at all times. And I think that I had, my own struggles and what was going on for me. And I think that sometimes it's really easy to forget that everyone else has those same issues and struggles. So, yeah.
And obviously, the show is based on a book series. To draw any inspiration for the series from the source material there or anything else like that.
Yeah, actually, I did. It is a series because there is a second one and there's a third one coming out, I believe, next year, if I'm not mistaken. I think 2022. But for me, I only had the first book when we were shooting the pilot and when I had like kind of first created Maeve, and she's a lot less prominent in the first book. So I went through it and I, with a highlighter, highlighted every time that there was like a characteristic of her or something that she would do or how she was described or her mannerisms and so on. And I tried to incorporate all of that into Maeve because there wasn't much of a character description per se for her. Like she didn't, I guess she doesn't really fall into like one of the like stereotypes that like the baby four do. So it gave me a lot of wiggle room to kind of pull from the book and also sort of just like create her and finish fleshing her out on screen.
Yeah, I think for me, similarly, Janae wasn't a huge part of the book. I mean, she's definitely in it, but I think she's not totally rounded out as a character. But I will say, when I read it, I got it. Like I got Janae. I understood who she was. And I feel like I am so grateful to the writers for seeing her the same way that I did. And I think that what's going to be fun about both these characters, Janae and Maeve, for readers of the book, is that there's going to be so many things that maybe weren't in the book about them, but then when they watch it, they're going to be like, of course,
Yeah.
that makes perfect sense. Um, and that was really a cool thing to see with the writing in the show. Yeah.
And I want to give you guys a fun creative question as well. If you could give me your best tagline to describe the show, what would it be?
Not everything is what it seems.
Yeah, I mean, and not everyone are what they seem.
And this genre is such a fun one. So, what was it like for you guys just to play around with that? Is this one of your favorite genres?
I would say so. I thought it was really fun. Like I mean, maybe for me, maybe it hasn't, but at least for me, I feel like I've seen less of the genre recently. And like I watched Knives Out in quarantine and like, that
Yes.
kind of like reignited my passion for it. And I was like, oh my God, we're kind of doing a version of this, a very
Actually,
done it type mystery. And it like, I mean, yeah, it was the funnest because it is a very dark subject, but when the cameras weren't rolling, like the set was just, it's quite literally the funnest set I've been on. So like it was a joy all around.
Yeah, such a joy. I mean, my favorite genre to do has been like thriller horror. So this is very much in that world, I think, but it's also with the lightness of a teen show and the fun and drama of a teen show. So I think, yeah, it was just a blast.
what are you most excited for fans to see from the show?
I I mean,
I mean,
honestly, everything, but also I think it's just really beautiful to see how absolutely fleshed out and layered everyone gets. Like it's everyone is so wildly different, but it's a puzzle where like if you take one piece out, the whole thing kind of just falls apart. Like it's everyone it's just a really perfect ensemble. Yeah.
yeah, I'm just so excited for every single member of this cast because they are all so good. Like I cannot stress enough. I've been doing this a long time, like since I was a little kid, and I've worked with many people, and it's just like it's so rare that every person in the show is exceptionally talented, like just so beautiful and amazing. So I'm thrilled that the world is going to get to meet all of these people.
How are you feeling as we approach release as well? It must be, I know you guys started this a little while ago. So what does it feel like now that you're finally releasing it?
I mean, yeah, it's been 2 years in the making, so it feels pretty unreal that like we're in single digit days until the rest of the world gets to put their eyes on this because it's kind of been just hours for so long that it feels weird that now we like get to share it. So yeah, it's a very, very new feeling to sit in because it's been such a long time coming, I guess.
Very surreal. Very surreal.
Guys, so much for taking the time to speak with me today. Huge congrats again. I can't wait for everyone to see it.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Such a pleasure. Have a great rest of your day. Stay safe.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.